This is the Seaview / Canal C Park Accessibility Design Project brought to you by the one and only Emmanuel.
Hello guys and welcome to Seaview Park, also known as Canal C Park, the park that I chose for my accessibility design projects. We are currently at one of the entrances on Seaview Avenue and East 73rd Street. We will now be doing an accessibility rating on all the things at Seaview Park, starting with the entrances. Now, the park does have a lot of entrances, including this one, but as you can see here, it is not flush at all. Now, if you somehow manage to get over this, you will be met with this wide entrance with these barriers here to stop cars from coming in. Now, there's also this other entrance, but the sidewalk is not even angled by a little bit whatsoever. It is just straight, tall sidewalk that wheelchair users cannot use to enter the park.
Alright guys, so I ended up losing my mic, so I'm gonna be doing a voiceover. So far, Seaview has all the sidewalks angled for all the other entrances, minus the first two entrances that were not angled enough and flat enough for wheelchair users to get through. Now, Seaview does have a lot of entrances, so I will not go over all of them, but Seaview has wide open trails and paved roads, which are good for wheelchair users, and they recently repaved a large portion of the park as well. Now, Seaview only has one basketball court, and once you get in, you realize that it's very flat and smooth, but there are no adaptations for persons using wheelchairs. So I'm suggesting that they have at least 10 wheelchairs available for anyone who wants to play basketball. And I am suggesting that they use these instead, which is a basketball post that's able to change its height with a press of a button to make it more accessible for all persons. The park has two play areas, and on this one you can see that the ground is made out of soft rubber material so that the children do not get hurt as they play. Now, the games inside of the playground are not too wheelchair friendly, except for this one, which has a ramp which seems to be elevated by 1 inch per every foot as per ADA requirements, but it is not too long and the games you can play on it are limited. After getting up the ramp, it will end at around here, which has stairs and a short slide who wheelchair users cannot access. Now, moving on to the other side, the ground is made out of this soft rubber fabric once again, but this time the games here are not at all wheelchair friendly. Moving on, we get to the swing area. We can see that they have swings for babies and another area who has the bigger swings that are designed for older children. There is only one of the swings who has a strap for the child, and on the older side there are not any swings that are wheelchair friendly. Now I went to the other side of the park and to the other playground, which has 3 entrances. All 3 entrances are flat and easy to enter with a wheelchair. The playground is easy to move around in since it's very flat and smooth, and the ramp is very wheelchair friendly as it seems to follow ADA wheelchair standards of 1 inch rise per every foot. Just like the other playground, all the games do have a soft, smooth rubber surface, but there are no wheelchair accessible swings in neither of the swing areas. Now, this attraction here is somewhat accessible, it's easy to get access to, and it's got handrails for support. There are some games in the area which are very easy to use and wheelchair friendly, and then once you go back up a little bit more, there are even more games, but this is where the journey ends. Now the park has 2 bathrooms. This is the biggest one, the main one I would say, and it unfortunately does not have any wheelchair accessible large bathrooms, but it does have a pretty low sink. Now the other bathroom does have a wheelchair accessible entrance and stall, as well as some adaptive equipment and some low hanging sinks as well. So overall, I would say that the park is very accessible-ish, but they still need to be a lot of work and improvements to be done. What I would start with is redesigning the sidewalks for easier wheelchair entry. I would add some sport wheelchairs, 2 basketball posts with adjustable heights, swings for wheelchair users. I would also redesign the park with attractions that are wheelchair friendly, and since the park is very big, I would also add 10 motorized all-terrain mobility scooters. Lastly, I would also redesign the bathrooms to make them larger to be able to accommodate 2 wheelchair users and have 2 stalls that are wheelchair accessible in each bathroom.